Oh, you already know what it is, man. It's another episode of The Humanized, man. We here, man, with the bull, TaRohn Jaynes, man, aka Wasil, man. How you?
Alhamdulillah, man. It's a blessing to be here for sure, for sure. Tap in with my guy, the
Yeah,
man, and push this positivity. That's what it's all really about. That's what I'm on.
absolutely. That's what we doing, man. Um, so for the record, let me tell the people, man. You know, I walk with this guy, talk with this guy, pray with this guy, man. Um, how many years you got in there?
I got what, 14 in there? I got 14 now.
Man. So I'm gonna kind of share a story because I could tell this story because I really know it. I was kind of hands on with him, pushing through this process. Got locked up for a robbery. They brought the victim to the scene. Victim didn't identify him. Police actually locked the actual perpetrator up, let him go. Years later, this person came forward and said that it was him. And the courts denied him, man. Well, my question to you my question to you right now is, what was your mindset through this process? And how did you maintain and stay sane through all that? Because I would have lost my mind. I would have got denied. And this witness got on the stand and said, no, it wasn't him, it was me. And y'all say, no, denied.
No, it wasn't easy, but a further stretch of the imagination, for sure it wasn't. But I'm going to say it's only one. It's only one that I'm really pointing to with how I kept my sanity, and that's Al-Islam. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger, putting them first and second, staying prayed up with regards to that, with my deen, a sturdy foundation around me, some people that really, care about your boy. So, and I got to get there. I got to make it there that I'm, whole, not, a fraction of what I used to be. And it's extremely hard to keep that intact like I do, but that's what the sturdy ones do. We look forward to the uphill climbs and try to make that look like it's a small feat, and that's just what I'm on. Like that's
you do know you still only get them a fraction of who you are, though, right? You do know that we lose part of ourselves in there, and not in a sense where like we lose our minds or we go crazy, but like we leave some of us behind because we care about those that we left behind. You feel me? So they definitely don't get all of you because you spent all that time fighting and preparing to come back. I mean,
it take a lot out you. It take a lot out you. But I'm gonna say this: I'd rather be 80% of me than 100% of a lot of other people, man.
No doubt.
Real rap. I'd rather be 80% of Sil than a bean of a lot of niggas. So I know it's a piece that was a chunk that was taken out of me, but I'm still here, man. Yeah. I'm still here.
And right, and I was told, right, you're selling your brother.
Yeah. My big brother, we sellers, man.
What's that? What's that experience like?
We always in there playing around, joking, building, reminiscing, talking about stuff, from when we was, coming up together, lived in the same house, all that.
So like to be like not out on the street like at the same time, right? And like then both being put in a situation where y'all had those type of discussions of like the things that y'all missed out on, like on each other's lives and stuff like that.
Yeah. We most certainly we go all the way around with it. Like we don't leave no stone unturned. We talk about things we could have did that we didn't do, that we should do when we both out there together. Yeah, man, all that.
Bro, I was in a cell with my son, and you can only imagine what that was like. And we was only in the cell together for 5 days, right?
Yeah.
And you know that. You know how you be like, man, if my son come to jail, I'm gonna this, I'm gonna that, I'm gonna that. And I wanted to so bad, right? But I felt like, what lesson would I really be teaching if I put my hands on him? So let me try to educate him while I got him right here. But now he in the world that I've been in for over 2 decades. You feel me? And that was different, homie. You know what I mean? you said that you got something that you really want to share with the people, right?
Yeah.
For one, you got a challenge, but also you got some game for them, man, in a form of spoken word, right? Called DAD.
Yeah.
DAD.
Yeah, I do. I
DAD.
do.
What's this acronym for, though? DAD. D.A.D. What's this for?
Oh, it's a few of them. You know, DAD is destroying and dismantling. You know, it's distant and deserted, disloyal and depreciated, and it's also standing for disappointing ass dudes.
Damn, do y'all hear that? This is what y'all gotta understand, right? When the men sit in the prisons, right, and they see these sons come in younger and younger and younger, and see that the dads is absent out their lives, that's out still in the world, and they ain't paying no attention to them, and they just fall into the system or in that ground. This is how they view y'all. This is how they see y'all. So I'm gonna let Sil have the floor, right, and speak how he feel, man. He got a challenge for y'all, and I'm gonna see how many of y'all live up to that challenge. Hit that like and subscribe button too.
All right, well, listen, you know, this is just coming from my perspective and my experience, but I know a lot of y'all can relate also. But, yeah, DAD, destroying and dismantling, distant and deserted, disloyal and depreciated, disappointing ass dude. These are all acronyms that come to mind when thinking of a dad and not a father. Location, front steps, mood, anxious. As I sit here on mama's front steps looking at my phone screen from over an hour ago, seeing that text saying you was coming to get me to spend some quality time. After I asked you where you were, it's either you didn't respond or I gotta be blind, because I ain't see it. Pop, this is the umpteenth time that this has occurred. As mama looks on through the window, arms crossed, shaking her head thinking this is absurd. Seeing the look of disappointment on the face of her child would drive any mother wild. I would always hear stories about the old you, about how you used to be and some of the things you used to do. My young ears would perk up and a smile would seamlessly appear across my face. But over the years, the bitterness you left me with made me wish I lost my taste. I tried to come up with any excuse I could find, like maybe his father never showed him what fatherhood looked like. Or perhaps he did many jail stints from a life filled with crime. Who am I kidding? There's no legitimate excuse for not taking care of what came out of your penis. Did you ask yourself this? As a young boy, how I would receive this? Still no reply. Still no car pulling up. Still mama cry. Still no answers to the questions that haunts me daily. Still, the only father that did some fatherly shit was the woman that raised me. Do you know that a hope could be shattered and the soul could be broken? Trying to gracefully walk through that door of forgiveness my grandmother always told me to leave open? I ain't even gonna lie though. There been times I wanted to close and lock that bitch. Trying to convince myself that this man in which I speak of did not have an illness and was not that sick. But I was only lying to me. With no direction. Anything that showed love or gave warmth, I was trying to be. I was always told that these kind of curses were generational. How was it that the love supposed to be given by you feels like an invitational? You had enough fuck ups with me and my siblings. So maybe you'll do much better with your grands. Believe me when I say this. Having my life destroyed and dismantled by the man I came out of was never a part of my plans. P.S. I'm not only speaking to the dads, but also the sperm donors that think they exempt from this conversation, man. So that's concluding, my dad poem that I wrote, coming from, my side of it. But here come the challenge.
Oh, before you get to this challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine the mindset of the youth when they hear that, right? And how many that story that they can relate to. Damn,
Millions.
I felt that, man.
Millions.
I felt that, man. And my father wasn't a deadbeat. He was in prison. He came on my 18th birthday, but listen, I felt every bit of that. Get him the challenge, man.
So, yeah, we not really going to look forward to all the weird stuff. We want something different. All the, no gag reflex challenge, eggplant challenge, none of that. We ain't on that. This challenge is called Hug Your Son and Tell Him You Love Him Today challenge. That's what we on. We not talking about through text. We not talking about through FaceTime. We ain't talking about through DMs, none of that. We talking about in person. Pull up on your son today and tell him you love him today. Because there's been so many times in your past that you left this little boy or this young man or this grown man to use conjecture and think in his head, if my dad loved me or not. I don't know because he never tells me that. He never shows me that. We're going to remove all doubt. We're going to remove all doubt with this challenge. And when you embrace him, I'm not talking about the corny little dad half hug joke. No, this your son we talking about. Bring it all the way in, a full embrace. Hug this boy, hug this man. And when you're embracing him, actually let him know. Before you stop the embrace, before you let him go, let him know how you dropped the ball in the past. How you know that this has affected him. How you know it's a lot of things that you was dealing with, but you're not using that as an excuse no more. We're removing all excuses. We're not working on what was, we're working on what is and what could be. So start from where your feet planted at right now. Like, think about this. I see so many of these youth come in here for so much. I'm talking about all the drama you can possibly think of. And who knows if that hug from you could have stopped that boy from going around there spinning that corner and standing over top of that bull and putting everything he had in that clip in it. This is called misdirected anger, misdirected frustration. He feels as though he got to take it out on somebody. He can't take it out on his dad. He just want to hear that. He want to feel that. When it's over for you, as a father, when you long gone, do you think this is more important of you being this macho man, the toughest boy you can possibly find on planet Earth? You think that's going to be important in his mind? Or what we talking about? Of that thought of my dad loved me. My dad was on positivity. He was on peace. He showed his children that he loved them and cared about them. So remove that. And I ain't talking about telling him you lying. Like, I don't know what lies. And I love you. That's not, no, we ain't on that. LOVE, I love you, son. Not I love you. I don't know what that is.
We definitely truly appreciate you. I truly appreciate you.
So, yeah, and I appreciate you, Brody. That's what we on, and that's what it is, man.
And I want
I'm pushing positivity around here. Oh, one more thing. Yeah. And it's much more of this. Follow me at Certified Sil, SIL_, Certified the regular way. Yeah. Spell Certified the regular way, yeah. SIL_. Yeah. I'm giving up free game on credit, business credit, personal credit, LLC, 501c3s, all that. And we talking real life stuff, man. It's a positive vibe. Like, come catch it.
Follow that man. Of course, you're gonna be able to see his. I'm gonna tap his link in, man, so y'all see it. Truly appreciate you. One thought before we close up. Men, man, when you hug your sons, man, and you tell them you love them, understand that they ain't big enough to get a kiss on the forehead, man. They deserve that. Kiss them on their forehead, kiss them on the top of their head, man. Make them feel that
That
compassion.
part.
It's okay to be emotional, to be sensitive, to be compassionate for your son. Just because he a boy don't mean you gotta be a gangster for him. That ain't who he want. It's easy for the people to tell your story about who you used to be and who you were. Show them who you are now and why they're so important. We gotta wrap it up. For sure, we doing a part 2. We gonna tap in, man. Certified Silver, man. Support this man. Follow him on Instagram. You know, I'm gonna be sending y'all some stuff, man. Pay attention, man. Truly, truly, truly appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man.
Listen, man, words can't explain how I appreciate you, bro. It's all love. It always was and it always will be, for sure, man.
No doubt, man. Wake up before you can.